Welcome to the Depths of Erendorn monthly development log for April 2025. In this video, we'll be looking at the progress made across every department over the last month, from new creatures and environmental upgrades to gameplay improvements and audio enhancements. Let's dive right in, starting with 3D modelling. Throughout April, the 3D modelling team worked across several key characters and creatures. The vampire bat models were a major focus early in the month, progressing from sculpting and retopology to detailed texturing that highlighted their leathery wings and jagged claws. By the end of the month, all 3 variants were textured, finalised and ready for animation. The team then turned their attention to the Fen Elf Scout, updating their camouflage with natural textures and foliage to improve their stealth in Erendorn's wilderness. To finish the month, a range of new beard styles were created for the Earthen Dwarf, expanding customization options for players. Over April, the set-piece design team focused on enhancing the settlement environments. Using procedural content generation tools, they improved the placement of props across the settlement, helping to create more organic and believable scenery. Riverbanks received extra attention with improved rock placement and more natural transition to the water's edge. The team also addressed grass shading issues with smoother blending across terrain. Development began on a new modular fence models, along with plans to introduce more scattered rocks to add depth and texture to the landscape. The client team spent April completing the upgrade to Unreal Engine 5.5.4. This involved building a pre-compiled engine from source, keeping critical modifications intact, updating plugins and refining modules for better performance. After validating the project in the upgraded engine, it was deployed across the team, with troubleshooting to resolve installation issues. Beyond the upgrade, the dungeon lobby UI received improvements, including a more adaptive player icon layout and fixes to prevent widgets from closing unexpectedly. Debugging also continued across gameplay features like movement, turn progression and animation behaviour, bringing more stability to the game. Throughout April, the server team focused on building a more flexible and reliable back-end. A key achievement was refactoring the ability system so abilities could be used outside combat, laying the groundwork for abilities tied to items or environmental interactions. Updates were made to targeting and projectile handling to support these changes. The team also enhanced the combat viewer with better terrain visuals, geometry displays, and an export feature for capturing combat data to aid debugging. Additional fixes address line-of-sight checks, concurrency bugs, and unnecessary client logs, all contributing to a stronger server foundation. The sound team expanded the game's audio library throughout April. Field recordings were captured at a partially thawed lake, including wind, water, and wildlife sounds that can be used for combat, spells, and environmental audio. Creature vocals were also updated. Special attention went into developing dynamic vocal layers for the Zulra. Reflecting both their deceptive nature and their more aggressive transformations. The animation team concentrated on finishing work for the vampire bat. The bat's rig was updated with adjustments to bone structure and weight painting, improving how the model deforms in motion. Existing animations were refined to match the updated rig, and by the month's end, skeletal meshes and animations for all 3 bat variants were exported and ready for integration into the engine. The visual effects team focused on developing new environmental effects while navigating the engine upgrade. Much of the month was spent creating flipbook textures using Fluid Ninja, intended for magical effects, environmental details, and atmospheric visuals. The team explored how to use Fluid Ninja for more organic deployment across open-world settings, aiming to create effects like smoke and wind that feel more dynamic and natural. Last but not least, throughout April, the concept team at Depths of Erendorn made impressive progress on a range of armour designs, bringing distinctive styles to life across several of the game's key factions and species. The Earthen Dwarf received a finalised concept, showcasing a bold, angular silhouette adorned with intricate gold motifs that reflect their grand, stoic culture. Meanwhile, the Forest Druid's armour evolved into a more elaborate design for higher ranking characters, weaving in natural greens, layered vines and organic shapes to embody their deep connection to nature. The Knight's Order was given a comprehensive style sheet, establishing a clear visual identity not just for their armour but also for their architectural elements, highlighting their dedication to enduring structures and timeless craftsmanship. Finally, the Watertarg saw the creation of a striking ceremonial armour set inspired by Aztec and Minoan influences, blending ornate patterns and aquatic themes into the design that feels as though it has risen straight from the ocean's depths. That brings us to the end of this month's development log. We hope you've enjoyed seeing what the team have been working on. There's even more progress happening behind the scenes that we just couldn't cover in this summary, so be sure to check out our website for deeper insights. For daily updates, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, or join our Discord server. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back next month with more from Depths of Erendorn.